Like, I am so sick of seeing Pete Davidson. Are we really supposed to think that, like, he didn't call the paparazzis on this Hawaii vacation?
Wait. You really think that? It's Sofia Franklin. You are listening to Sofia with an F. Hey, Sloot. And the F is for phenomenal. Hi, everyone. That was a great intro, by the way. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Welcome to Sofia with an F. I am joined by Heather McDonald.
Hi.
You need no intro.
Oh,
You just don't.
I think I probably do.
Do you want me to intro
Sure.
you?
Say whatever you want.
Okay. Juicy Scoop, one of the top podcasts. You talk pop culture, witty, a little bit controversial, would you say?
Yeah,
Here and
sometimes.
there.
Yeah, sure.
And fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
And hot as shit.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, her tits and the way she's dressed. I'm kind of...
I have a thing that I'm going to after, so that's why I got all cute. Because I don't live, I live far from going out, so I... had to do it all in one thing.
Right.
Get cute, go to your podcast, then go to my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're making me look like shit.
But I think you look beautiful.
Thank you so much. I did get naked just so I could, compete with her, be on your level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay, Heather, so much shit I want to talk about. Heather and I, we hung out a couple times in New York.
Yes, during BravoCon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was full Sex in the City vibes. To the point that...
With Lala and Katie.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lala Kent, Katie Maloney, is that how you say it?
Uh-huh.
And they're from Vanderpump Rules, for those of you who don't know. One of the best reality shows.
But but I do have to say the second night we hung out, you did, ghost us. Do you remember what happened? We're drinking and eating.
Yes.
And then...
Yes. Okay, so...
You just disappeared.
The first night... Very cute. Sex in the City. We order Cosmos. We're gossiping. Beautiful.
Yes. Beautiful night. Yeah.
Then a few days later, we all go out.
But I met you very late because I was coming from I did a live Juicy Scoop and I was coming from Times Square and I was like, just please order me a drink. I'm so starving. And it was so hard to get a cab or a Uber or whatever. So when I got there, you guys had some tequila. People had sent you tequila.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Lala doesn't drink, so you had to drink the tequila, just you and Katie.
Right.
So then I had some, but you were, many drinks in. And I don't drink during my shows, so my first drink was at 11.
Right, right. So I was drinking, obviously, and I went to the restroom, but I wasn't acting crazy out of control. I was very...
Right. No, that's why. So did you go to the bathroom and you're like, I hit a wall and just got to go home?
I remember being in the bathroom stall and thinking to myself, I'm about to enter a brownout, blackout, not in control. So I need to remove myself from the situation. So I called an Uber and I was out. I didn't say bye. I just disappeared.
I don't think it's bad that you disappeared at all.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there where, you're getting too drunk and you're like, you know what? I just want to leave. But what you should have done is you should have just texted and said, I'm drunk, I hit a wall, I'm in a car, and then, once I'm in my house, I'm back, I'm safe.
I agree with that, but in my defense, Heather, I think I was already in that state.
In the dark loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the loop, and the only thing I could do is call an Uber. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad you made it home alive.
I kind of think it was admirable, really, what I did.
Well,
at the end of the day.
Then Lala was texting to go meet a dude.
Yes.
So I was all excited about that, living vicariously through the single girls.
Right.
And so we send her off in a car. And then I want to say, then Katie and I went to some other place. We went to where all of them were staying at the Gavinsport or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I'm like, how was the D? What happened? And she's like, as I was getting there, I just decided no and turned back around. And I was like, what? And the guy was like, wait, what? He's like, I'm standing outside. When is your car coming? And she was like, you know what?
Stop.
No. Yeah.
So she made it to Brooklyn?
Yeah, she was going the whole way and then just was like, he texted or said something and all of a sudden she's like, not feeling it. And then just went back. And that was the end of it.
That is
Moved
not...
on.
She's a fucking icon.
Yeah.
And that's not surprising to me for some reason.
Right.
That's fucking badass. You're not feeling it anymore, you leave.
But I was excited for the story.
I know,
and there was no story.
I know.
Hey, okay.
And my story was bathroom stall. I was like, I will do something inappropriate or, make a fool of myself. I need to remove myself from the situation.
Good call.
I left my jacket.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Did you ever get it back?
I did get it back, and I remember you, Lala, and Katie all took a group picture, and I saw it the next day, and I was like, this is fucked up. Like, it's one thing to have fun without
I remember we were sitting there, we're like, and Lala's like, I think she's gone. I'm like, yeah, that is really weird. It's been a really long time. And she's like, no, I think she's kind of, I'm like, no, I've interviewed her. I think she's fine. Yeah, this is kind of weird.
That is...
Yeah, but it's fine. It's all good.
No, now that I'm thinking about it, though, if you're having dinner and someone just says, what did I say? I need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
And they disappear and never come back, that's like a little bit of a...
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's all okay.
You're right. It's fine. I learned from it. I'm doing great. I think it was smart.
Yeah,
because if I would have gone back to the table, then scary shit would have happened.
I agree.
Yeah. So let's jump into pop culture.
Sure.
Which I don't really talk about on my show.
Okay.
What do you want to know? I talk about sex, and I'm not gonna go there with you because I feel like
I probably can't contribute that much.
Well,
so
why do you say that? Because you're not having it, or because you don't want to talk about it?
I've been having it, but with the same person for 23 years.
Right.
And I am not going to be that woman that's like, acting like, oh, we get it all the time. Oh, it's so fucking hot. Just no one wants to hear about old married sex. It's fine. It's good. We know how to do it. It's worked out just fine.
Yeah.
I am not going to give you any tips that you don't know and could teach me.
Okay.
I can give you tips on staying married. And just put up with a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
And don't make a big deal out of things. And know that it's not that great out there. So if you found one that's pretty good, and he's not like cheating, and he's not a drug addict, and he's pretty good with money, and you can laugh.
Hold on for dear life.
Will he annoy you? Yeah. Will he clear his throat a lot? Just to annoy you or to be like an annoying person? Yeah, it happens.
Right.
But just leave the room. Don't go to the Marriott. Don't pack up your bags.
Okay, so
just get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just put up with it.
You just have to put up with a
Pour
lot.
yourself a drink, maybe.
Yeah, whatever works.
And don't address it.
Don't address it.
Pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, just know that there is a point there. Like, I am raising teenage boys.
That's insane.
There's just an element where it's like they're all the same. It doesn't matter how old they get.
Right.
There is that. So it's like, once raising the boys helped me understand my husband more.
That's really interesting.
Because men have a different way of looking at life.
Yes.
Completely different. And it's not, and so many girls think it's like, oh my God, he doesn't care and he's insensitive. And no, they're a completely different brain and a different species. And the sooner you get that, the sooner you get that, and the more you kind of handle your relationship yourself, and don't go to counsel for 4 hours at brunch. There is that element. I just saw this, and it was someone else's podcast, so I will not take credit for this. This person's like, here Beyonce has every song, all the single ladies, and kick him to the curb, and all that. It's like, Jay-Z totally cheated on her, and she stayed with him. She's like the most successful singer in the world, and she still chose to stay.
Yeah.
So even if fidelity is not a big deal, and you want to forgive your spouse, like I always just tell people,
you're gonna get cheated on
when you're married, and especially if you have kids. It's not always going to be roses.
Of course.
But if you're about family, I always say, when you look at your husband, do you see yourself babysitting your grandkids with him? And if you're like, yes, I would like to have that, then you should try to make it work as much as you can. If it's like, no, I cannot stand, and nothing sounds worse than having to spend another 20 years with him, then you should start to get your exit, and you should try to do your exit while you're young and hot.
Right. So
Don't wait too long.
That is the smartest thing I've ever heard. Do you see yourself wanting to babysit your grandkids
with my husband?
Man?
Yes, totally.
So that's
yes. That's just what came into my mind, because I'd be frustrated, and there'd be times when, you know, your friends are getting divorced, and they're, you know, the new guy, you're all getting nails together, and the new guy is there, and no, you know, Jenny's new boyfriend picked up the nails for everybody, and I'm like, I've been going to the same nail place for like 5 years. If I had a heart attack there, my husband would not know where to go. Like, he wouldn't be like, let me run over there. He'd be like, where is she?
Right.
But again,
but you don't get jealous.
No, I don't get jealous, but I'm saying that's where then sometimes when you are in a pool of like married women and some are getting divorced and the new guy just seems so amazing because it's new.
You start questioning, and then you're like
looking at your husband who's like, you know, like doesn't care.
Right.
So there's just waves of it.
I mean, I question it even with like a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know?
But a guy will always be, everybody's going to be on better behavior the first 3 months.
Exactly.
And some people call that love bombing. Sometimes that's just like being on good behavior.
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to stop after 3 months. But like, you know, but most likely it's not going to be, you know. So that's why I think it's crazy when like certain people have a boyfriend and they're like, you know, talking about, I'm going to write a book now about love because I finally found love and I'm going to teach you how to love it. And then they're broken up after 6 months.
I know.
I'm like, I'm glad you got that book deal, girl. Like, really? Are you serious? Okay.
That's why you need to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Your happiness and how in love you are, internalize it.
Except some people use it for press, though. Some people use relationships for press.
Right.
And
if you're making money, then I support it. But then you do look really dumb after.
Like, I am so sick of seeing Pete Davidson. He's with some girl. I don't know her name. She's an actress. Chase something. I mean, I don't know what she does, but her name's Chase. And are we really supposed to think that, like, he didn't call the paparazzis on this Hawaii vacation?
Wait. You really think that?
100%.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. I have some intel.
Okay, please tell.
From someone who is very close to him. And when he was dating, this is air quotes, Emily Ratajkowski, he got very upset that she called paparazzi on them.
I believe she called him. Yes, I do.
So if he's getting upset about that, and he actually said, I just want a normal chick. Like, I'm done with these whatever girls that need clout. So, but now you're telling me that Pete Davidson.
But I know, I also have some intel. When he was dating someone before Kim, and they were in the paparazzi world.
Okay.
And he was texting him, and he would be like, hey, you know, or here's a picture of your.
So he was doing it. He was.
Yes, I think.
Do they all do it?
I think he loves it. I don't think it's a bad thing to like love it. I think it's smart to know that he is way more famous for the women he's dated than the King of Staten Island or whatever that movie was. Did you see it?
I saw it.
Was it good?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. But I do think he's very talented.
Oh, he's dating his co-star from Bodies. So that helps. That makes, if you haven't seen Body, whatever, I haven't. It would make you kind of go, well, maybe I should see that. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't like this girl and that they're not boning and having a blast.
Right.
But I definitely think for people, it benefits them because it's a conversation, or the fact that they'll constantly bring up or joke about an ex-boyfriend all the time, even though it was lasted 3 months, it gets another page 6 article written about you, and you have to stay relevant and like.
Right. But
sometimes it's really conscious, sometimes it's not.
But why would he be annoyed at Emily doing it when he's out here doing the same shit?
Because I don't think he was that into Emily.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know.
I think. Well,
I think they boned and stuff, but I don't think it was like a love affair.
No. Yeah. It was like, this is the best sex, her body incredible, but there wasn't a real depth connection. Because I was there, by the way. And I was like, I dated them both.
I know.
The way that I talk about it, like, what the fuck do I know? I have no clue. I'm assuming sex with Emily Ratajkowski is great.
She's gorgeous. I think it was one of those things that maybe he didn't want it to be a big story because he has such a reputation of going from girl to girl to girl. So he was like maybe happy to be dating and in her presence, but he didn't want all these stories because of the reason why now I'm like annoyed and over it. Like
you're annoyed.
I liked following the Kim and Pete. At one point I was like, my God, if they get past Christmas, then I think this could really be, who knows? And then they broke up and I'm like, okay. And then I saw the Emily and I was like, I'm done. Now I'm done with you. So he probably listens to Juicy Scoop and he was like, Heather turned on me during the Emily
and I have
part.
To keep it, on the down low now.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the same source that gave me that intel, she told me he's looking for a normal girl now. Let me send him a pic of you. So
You're considered normal. Non-famous, non-actress?
I would never call paparazzi. I am not famous. Absolutely not.
And you want to date him?
I feel like he has great penis.
Yes.
Right?
I saw a picture of it.
I love how just as this conversation is going, we're like, I'm about to say, like, I fucked him, actually.
I saw a photo of it.
And?
Did I see a photo of it or did somebody tell me that? Maybe I imagined in my head.
Heather, you would know.
Shh. Maybe I didn't see a photo. Anyway, the girl I was talking to, she said she saw a photo of it. Her friend got one.
Okay.
And they knew that it was his because his hand was next to it and all the tats matched.
Okay.
And it was magnificent, is what she said. Now I think maybe I didn't see it and maybe she told me. Or did she pull it up on her phone? I don't know.
We have
whatever
to text
the
her.
point is, the press is good. Mm-hmm. It's a really good dick.
It's
so good for him.
Yeah. Well, my selfie did not do anything for me, by the way.
The selfie that she sent of you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was because I did a peace sign and a kissy face, like duck lips. I went, because I was so nervous. And I think that's what just like fucked me over.
What did he say to it?
He didn't respond.
Oh.
But you know what? Now I'm actually going to send him a better one in the DMs directly to him and like redeem myself, you know?
Okay. Well, then maybe send it before this goes up.
Yeah, because after this, I mean.
Okay, I'll give him this. I'll give him this because he might be your future husband.
I really think he might be.
Okay, it's possible they're on some beach vacation.
Who's they?
Him and his girlfriend Chase. So this is if it doesn't work out with Chase. And you know, he's sitting there, he's smoking a cigarette, and she's there and they're hugging and kissing. So it is possible that they went on the beach and someone got all the photos and they didn't call up. Okay.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe. Have you ever called paparazzi on yourself?
No. But I've had a friend say, we're going to Craig's, Josh Flagg says, and I called the paparazzi. And I was like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Okay.
But I mean, they're kind of there all the time.
Right.
But
was he there with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he wanted it. He wanted it too. So he has the numbers. I don't have the numbers to call. No.
How do we get those numbers? I just DM Josh Flagg. Does he charge to give the numbers out or what?
But it's only there. Like I haven't had it happen. There was one like little scandal I was going to, and they did catch me in a parking lot. And that was 100%. I did not call them. They really did know where I was going to be that day.
Explain.
And they really did take.
Explain. Oh, this sounds. They caught me in a parking lot. Like, what were you up to?
Oh, it was just like it was a scandal. It was this. I know what the scandal was. I was doing a podcast. I was doing my podcast.
Okay.
At Podcast One. Mm-hmm. And the scandal was, and I don't want to get into it, just look it up. It was a dumb scandal that wasn't true.
Okay, whatever. It was a scandal.
It was a little scandal. Yeah.
And someone called the paparazzi.
I mean, I don't know, but then it came up because it was like the first time I was getting any press, and it was very, very bad press. And it came up, and it was just like me, like walking like to my car, like not cute, just like.
Did you know they were there?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, so you saw the pictures?
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Ooh, that's scary, right?
I don't think it's scary.
Not scary,
I wasn't scared of the guy.
But if you would have seen them
I was
there.
like, oh, that, like, yeah, it's such a bummer because it was like, I did not like this press at all.
Yeah.
And so, like, I didn't even get to enjoy it.
Right.
Because normally that would be, like, the pinnacle of, like, my success.
Stardom.
Someone's, like, you know, following me. And then
but it was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever received positive press. Actually, one time, Forbes. Mic Drop Forbes did an article that was very positive.
Oh, good.
Aside from that, I would say I have about 15 very, very negative articles out there about me.
Yeah.
New York Times, The Cut, a lot.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. I do want to talk about someone in particular who I feel is getting a lot of backlash recently. Bethenny Frankel. Mm-hmm. She was I'm not going to say my idol. She was my favorite housewife out of all the franchises. She's getting in a lot of shit, right?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's sort of settled down a little bit, but I really think the early seasons of all the housewives were so great. Mm-hmm. And she really stood out as so funny,
witty,
so likable.
Yeah.
She wasn't rich. You know, she was with Luann being like, what do you mean? She's
right.
like, oh, call me Mrs. de Lesseps. And she's like, so she was like relatable. She was younger.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then she had a big level of success, like, you know, with her own show and all this other stuff. Then she went to went back to the show, left the show. And no, I think what happened is I just feel like she got, you know, really kind of like very thirsty and annoying.
That's what it is.
On TikTok and stuff.
She's like, I'm not on television anymore. I need to, you know, make up for it.
Yeah, do a bunch of things. Right. And so when I kind of like spoke up was when I followed this girl and she said, you know, this Real Housewife has sent a cease and desist against me.
Crazy.
And I had seen her stuff. So I immediately was like, wait, what? You know.
But what did the girl do?
She just did a TikTok kind of calling BS on Bethenny Frankel, saying she does all these makeup tutorials. And she's like, I don't know anything about makeup. Blah, blah. And we all know that she's leaning towards whether getting an endorsement or coming up with her own makeup, line, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But it's like she figured out the formula, or someone told her, of how TikTok is about authenticity and being organic. Mm-hmm. So she tried to pretend, in Meredith's opinion, and I agree with her, to be organic in trying makeup and acting like she doesn't know how to do makeup.
Right.
Meredith found that Skinny Girl had lip glosses and certain things a couple years ago.
Oh, and she just
ignored that. She just acted like, who's going to remember that?
Okay, but Meredith exposed that. She just talked about it.
Yeah, and then she was like, she says all these things and she's acting like it's the top of her head, but she's actually trademarking stuff. So she's just a very calculating businesswoman. Mm-hmm. But she didn't say anything derogatory about her.
No, she said the truth.
So then she sent the cease and desist letter. And actually, I talked about it on my podcast, but I kind of danced around it because I was actually afraid of Bethenny.
Why?
Because I've been sued. And so, and rich people can sue, and rich people like to sue.
That's
and rich
true.
people, it doesn't stress you out like a poor person gets stressed out.
But think about how much attention and how many people would be, you know, going and listening.
No, I don't like.
You don't like that?
I don't like a guy walking up my driveway with a Tasmanian devil tattoo on his calf and a stack of papers. I don't like it.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means you're getting served.
Okay.
That's what it's like.
Okay.
And then you like lock the door and you crouch down.
Right.
And then you're like, oh God,
well,
I'm naive. To my son or something.
That's true. You have kids. You have to protect.
Well, I mean, they're okay. They know it. Like, they're like, Mom, got sued.
I mean, how many times have you gotten sued? You're like the guy with the tattoo. Like it's a week,
3 or 4, or it's been for other things like you show up for a deposition or whatever.
Okay,
it's very, very stressful. I really don't like it.
Oh, it is stressful.
I don't enjoy it. It's not fun for me.
Okay,
I don't like it.
Does it cost a lot of money?
Yeah.
How much?
You have to defend yourself.
Like hundreds of thousands.
It can.
Yeah,
that's why I think it's bullshit when people do it, you know, and it's not necessary. And this is just this is just a way to shut you up because it's like you don't have to cease and desist. You don't have to stop talking about it, but if you do, you might get sued.
Right.
So what what little girl, not that she's little, but like what young girl who, is trying to just be creative and maybe and she's gaining following and she's enjoying this as like a side job.
Yeah.
Is going to continue.
Right. And it's not like what she was saying is going to ruin Bethenny's fucking career.
No, it was so ridiculous. And so anyway, so then I did a video. There's a lot of like TikTok.
I remember that video.
So I did a video and I was just like, you're hypocritical. You're the biggest hypocrite in Hollywood, whatever. And then she went back and she's like, I don't even live in Hollywood. I'm like, oh, shut up. Are you serious? Like you're, you don't get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then she, and she, kind of like was, kind of poking at me without saying my name. And then
I remember.
and then it ended. And it's fine.
Yeah.
And then like let her do her thing. I do think it's ironic and hypocritical that after, and a lot of people said it, including Luann, that after shitting on housewives, mocking housewives, making fun of housewives, that now she has a podcast. But I don't hear anybody talking about that, so I don't know if it's a big hit or not. But it's about
podcast
about she has a thing about watching Housewives episodes with like big stars, and then they pick it apart, kind of like a rewatch show.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like a rewatch show.
That's what she talks about on her podcast.
Yeah, that's what she does now.
I thought it was like about business and like entrepreneurs.
Well, nobody cared when she was talking to Ben and Jerry, so they were like. We just want to have you talk
and
about
Mark
Housewives.
Cuban.
Yeah, they just want to have you talk about Housewives. So then she did that, but I don't know if anybody's into it now.
I think the issue is Bethenny is known for being so real, right? I mean, so genuine.
Listen, nothing would make me happier if she went back on Legacies or went back on a girls' trip. I do like watching her.
She's incredible.
And I think she's a great businesswoman and everything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't want her to like crash and burn.
We just don't want her to send cease and desist letters to fucking 20-year-olds.
And I want people to see it.
Yeah.
And I think so many times people don't catch on unless you spell it out.
Well, they turn a blind eye.
Yeah. Do you know who Suzanne Summers
No.
is? Have you heard of Three's Company?
Yes.
Okay, so she was the blonde girl with the pigtails, and she was a star of this big sitcom. And it was a huge show because there was only like 5 channels on TV. So she was a huge star. And the husband, he was in entertainment too. He was like a host and everything. And she fell madly in love with him. And he was like, yeah, you're going back to do the show and you should be making more money than this. Like,
Which is great.
Right. And so they pushed it and in the meantime, he's like, oh, there's this product that we could sell over the TV. And it was very new to do this. And it's called a Thigh Master. And she's like, okay, I don't know. And then there's a scene in the made-for-TV movie about it where he goes and she's sitting in the car and he's going to talk to the networks to see if they can meet to a place where, and they played hardball, like she wasn't coming to set and everything to like get her money. And then he comes back and he goes, well, looks like we're selling Thigh Master. And they had said no.
Wow.
But they went on to be
huge,
much, much wealthier and have their own thing.
Through Thigh Master?
She started selling these Thigh Masters on TV.
Wow.
That was this exercise thing. She did all these books and she had like a show in Vegas, like singing and this whole thing.
Right.
But it was one of these stories that stuck with me that when I saw that as a young girl wanting to be in acting, I was like, that husband fucking screwed it up. That husband screwed up her sitcom. Like she was so funny.
Right.
All I want to do is be on a sitcom. Like I would die if like you pushed it so hard. And so there's been times where I've been like, I don't care. Like I want to, like my first pilot that I got was this sketch show on MTV. And my manager, not my husband, but my manager at the time said, Heather, I cannot let you do this show. This is the worst deal I've ever seen. They're offering you $1,200 to work all week to do this show.
$1,200
for the pilot.
Okay.
Which this was a while ago, but that was still horrific. Okay. And I'm like, I don't care. I just need to get on something.
Desperate.
And then I get there and they're like, well, do you have any ideas for sketches? And I end up giving them all my stuff.
Uh-oh.
No, it was okay.
Oh,
because the show went and then I got featured more. And I never wanted to be that because people sometimes would be like that in my sketch comedy world where they didn't want to, they're like, I don't know if I want to do that character in front of the Mad TV people. What if they steal it? what if they steal it? 12 people are seeing it in some shitty theater.
Wait.
Who the fuck cares? Like, you got to give it all. And if they steal it, they steal it. Come up with something else. Like,
wow.
You know, because you got to get the job. This is what I'm saying. If I don't get on this, I'm stuck at a theater that, 20 people are at.
Right.
So it's like, how is anyone going to see me unless I get on? So I was like, I got paid nothing, but I had to tell him. But then his advice was, don't take this job.
But the job launched you into a bunch of other things.
Yeah, it was worth it. So sometimes you have to take the thing.
Right.
Even if it's like not good money or they go, oh, if this is SAG credit or whatever.
Yes.
Like just be like, well, is the experience worth it? Or who would I maybe meet?
Right.
But
also understanding leverage, right? Because at that point you had none. So it's like, I got to do this.
Yeah.
But that's so interesting what you're saying about like sharing your ideas.
Right.
Right? It's like, well, you better just have a backup of 50 more because that's just what you have to do. I mean, what are you going to do?
I mean, people tell me people send me stuff. Oh, this person must be listening
copied
to
you.
Yeah, was supposed to listen to your podcast. They said word for word your opinion on this or whatever.
Yep.
I'm like,
Kim Kardashian.
who cares?
Kim Kardashian, I swear to God, copied one of my pictures. I believe it to this day. I showed you at our Cosmo Sex and the City dinner.
Courtney copied my cover of my book.
Stop.
Yes, I was. But then a couple people said, I think I saw this before. I'm like, not before. Not before 2010. You did not see this photo. My book was called You'll Never Blue Ball in This Town Again, and it's me in a bunch of balls, like in a kid ball thing.
Oh, okay.
And they actually, when I did the shoot, they actually had to do it with colored balls, and then they just made them all blue.
Uh-huh.
But Courtney, when she launched her gummy line, it was her in a bed of all the gummies, but like in a kid ball thing. And so I was like, oh, and somebody else did it too. It's fine.
Of course.
It happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I like to be like, oh, I'm so flattered. I just like to point it out, like, I did it. And they definitely knew the cover of the book because they gave me like quotes for it, and I was very close to them back then. So I don't know that they thought. Listen, it may not have been their idea. It might have been somebody else's idea. It might have been in the back of their head. Who cares? And it also, I don't own that thing. So
you're not going to be a Bethany and send a cease and desist.
No, I go do it. But like, it is what it is, or someone being like, oh, they're doing this, or they said this, or, there was this one show that we would watch on TV, and I swear to God, I think the writers saw my stand-up special.
What show?
It was called American Housewife or something, and it was like this, it was just a sitcom, and we were watching it with my kids, and like, there were so many things in it. And like and I'm like, listen, if I had to write on a sitcom about a family, I would be watching YouTube family things to try to give me ideas. And I'd be watching stand up to try to give me ideas.
Right.
So if I tell a story of something that happened with my family at a restaurant on stage, and then all of a sudden I see it very similarly played out on a sitcom.
What are you gonna?
There's nothing you can do, and there's no way to prove it, and it's okay.
Yes.
So I never get crazy about that.
No.
Or when people saying you stole like a joke or whatever.
Right.
But I understand why, stand-ups, when it's really a blatant stealing, they want to expose it because they want people to know, I don't care that this person stole my joke, but you should know that this person stole my joke. Like, you should know that this is a certain character of a person who.
I mean, it's just when you're working in creative, you're getting ideas from shit that you see and absorb, and it's like there's going to be some overlap. Yeah, you cannot avoid it. But that's what I'm like. Well, there's always tomorrow. Like I put out so much material that I'm like, I think I don't have one huge idea. I mean, I don't have an item that's, going to make snow melt quicker, and I didn't patent it in time, and now it's on Shark Tank. I don't have something like that. Well, you have to have a million things. Yeah. And that's what makes you like my super product talented. Is just, my brain. It's like, so it's insane as yours. So it's like, but oh my gosh. They're incredible, by the way. Anyone listening in person, gorgeous. Yeah. They are. Thank you. I'm not going to do OnlyFans, but thanks. I mean, you could kill it, but you don't need to. No, I couldn't. Heather?
I couldn't, and I don't want to. I don't think people realize. I think OnlyFans is a lot harder than people think.
No, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
heard people are going back to nursing now.
What does that even mean?
Meaning they thought they were making so much
on OnlyFans,
and then it just dried up because the competition got so stiff, and like the nerds went to somebody else.
You guys heard it here first, okay? OnlyFans people are going back to nursing, and that's all you need to know. Okay, Heather, we are about to wrap up.
Okay,
but I cannot end this.
Okay.
Without us talking about Britney Spears.
Yes. Do you know what just happened?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I know you feel very passionate about it.
I do.
And you went off and you almost ended a friendship over it. Please explain.
Joey's in Woodland Hills has been around for, I don't know, about 5 years since the Village was built.
It's a dinner spot.
And I'm born and raised in Woodland Hills, and I live there too.
Mm-hmm.
And so 2 Fridays ago, or whatever it was, I was with my girlfriends. We were like antiquing, whatever. And I was like, let's just go eat. Let's go to Joey's. And they were like, no, let's go to this place, Lovey's in Woodland Hills, because it's kind of a cold day. And they had this chicken pot pie there and whatever, that we wanted to be fat pigs. And I can't believe that I missed it because she was there. And I really think I think she's a juicy scooper, and I think I would have talked to her. But do you know what happened today?
What? No.
Okay, so yesterday, her Instagram's insane. And I'm sorry to say that, but it is insane.
No, it's
so she posted a photo of a Porsche 911.
Okay.
And then wrote one of the craziest things. Captions about, want to drive in my car and shoot and kiss my ass and eat my shit. And it was really, really, really weird. Okay. And so I, of course, screen grabbed it because I knew that'd be coming down. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently some of her fans. So then she took down it and the whole Instagram.
I'm surprised she takes her shit down. Does she?
She took it down. I guess she took down the whole thing.
Okay.
So then these TikTokers, and they filmed it, called Ventura County Sheriff's Department and said, can you please go and check on Britney Spears, because we think her posting a photo of a Porsche 911 is code for 911. Oh. Get me help. So then Britney wrote a long post and was like, you guys have gone too far. The Sheriff's Department came to my Calabasas house, and thank God they didn't take me. But like, what if people had seen that happening? It would be reminiscent of when I went in that thing. And like, sorry.
That's what took it too far?
Yeah.
Britney, the fucking documentary that came out a year ago, I think that was like taking it too far. I mean, people are like, anything that she writes.
But I have to say, I don't think that was completely unheard of that someone would think that might have been a cry for help.
The Porsche 911? I have to see the picture.
Listen, if you follow it, it's exhausting. She is in on the attention and tricking us.
She is.
I mean, did you think she was pregnant?
I missed that one. There's so many coming in.
When she said she was pregnant,
I didn't know she said that.
I knew right away that she was not pregnant.
Okay, so she's...
And I finally said it, and I was afraid everyone was going to come after me. I'm like, I don't think she's pregnant. And then they did the announcement. Unfortunately, we lost the baby. I'm like, you show us everything, and you're not going to show us like a sonogram or anything. There's no you going to the doctor. Like, I just knew it was just, and it's something that people that are mentally ill do a lot.
Yeah.
They oftentimes lie about pregnancies or whatever. And so I'm like,
yeah,
no, I think, but I mean, I get into it. I don't know that she was really at her wedding. I mean, I am a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I think but I'm also getting tired of it. I'm getting really tired of it.
I mean, I feel like sad. I feel bad. There's something obviously not okay mentally. Right. And,
I'm like, why can't she just give up Instagram? Now, she took it down today, but I think it would be really great if she didn't. But then I think she needs the attention.
Which, you know what,
But she's had her attention her whole life, so I get it. It would be really hard to give that up. And that's like her only outside connection to the, besides
her boyfriend, Sam.
Yeah.
That guy concerns me, I think, more than anyone. What's going on there?
My friend said recently.
What?
She goes, I don't trust people that were like very unpopular in high school. Now, she's not saying she only likes popular people, But there is a common thread.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not the star football player that's boning the homecoming queen that shoots up the school. Okay, I'm just saying.
Right.
So that's what she was trying to say.
Okay.
Okay. I know Sam
was not popular. No. Yes.
I know this from some people that went to high school with him. And he kind of struggled. And I just think, not that makes a weirdo, but now he's good looking and now he has the girl and like, I don't know. There's definitely something odd about it.
There's something very wrong and it's very apparent. And I already know, like, it's so transparent, you know? He was that kid in high school,
but then he was like, oh, this hot model guy, and, you know, he's part of the whole thing.
Then he got hot, right. And now,
it was so weird that he wasn't, like, when it was coming to the end, like, why wasn't he being more vocal before?
What do you mean coming to the end?
Like, when it was coming to the end of her conservatorship.
Oh, yeah.
Prior to her finally, like, speaking up and, like, you know, you heard her voice in the courtroom and stuff. Then he was like, yeah, that's my girl. But I'm like, well, why couldn't you have said anything prior to that? You have free will.
Exactly.
Because you didn't have free will.
Exactly.
Because you were part of the machine.
Yes.
Of staying silent and being the boyfriend. And it doesn't mean like he doesn't like love her and they don't like have sex and everything. But something just very, very weird about it.
Very, very, very off.
Yeah.
And he's out here like, whose podcast should I go on? And I just filmed, did I DM him? Absolutely. But then he's like,
I think I did too.
And then,
I don't think he'll want me on. I don't think he'll come on Juicy Scoop now. Yeah.
And then he's like, you know, a fucking step in on a TV show, trying to launch his acting career.
And there's nothing wrong with him doing that and making his own money and all that stuff.
There's no acknowledgement of Britney.
I wouldn't want to be him either. Did you see one time when he was kind of like mocking her and stuff?
No.
And then he took it down? Yeah.
No.
He was like, anybody that's jealous of me or something, like anybody wants. She was like kind of barking at him about like something dumb. And I mean, it was just sort of a weird invasive thing. And I don't know.
No. I wonder if they have a prenup.
I don't even think they're married. No one can find the marriage license.
Really? Okay. So you have conspiracies up the...
Well, I mean, that's not a conspiracy.
That's just facts.
There's no license, or there was, I don't know, people find things and you kind of wonder, is this really real? I don't care to do the research. But there is something weird with the marriage situation.
Just him. Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It gives me the creeps, honestly. But it is 5:30 and Heather has a very hot date tonight with her friend. I want to leave it off on this note. I just want to hear the craziest conspiracy theory that you actually believe. That people wouldn't expect or people have not heard about.
That they haven't heard about? I don't know.
Okay,
I don't follow that many.
But
mostly my conspiracy theories were the Britney ones. That like she wasn't at the wedding, or it was like a double, or it was a double for part of the time.
Okay.
And that Paris and Madonna and Selena, like they're all sort of in on like protecting her. And you're shaking your head. Have you heard this?
I mean, she is all up in this
shit. They're all very odd when they were, and anyone that went to that wedding was very odd in talk show situations when asked about it.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, no, it was nice.
Is there any footage
of them at the wedding?
Yeah.
No, there's just this picture, and people that have analyzed the photo
of Sam taking a selfie of himself.
Yeah, that he had great photos and all of her makeup and everything, and the dress was like so cheap, and like David's bridal for like $159, and like the choker, which I feel is like, was that for Photoshop? It was very, very weird.
Okay, I need to find that
the
photo.
Kids weren't there.
Yeah,
and
it's interesting.
So that would probably be, and that it was like on a Tuesday and it was so last minute. And that guy that was her original husband, that Jason Alexander.
I thought it was like Kevin Federer.
No, that's the first husband that she has the boys with.
Oh.
Then Jason Alexander was this childhood friend that she like got drunk married to one time.
And
they
like
were
for
talking
2 days
they were talking all the time.
Okay.
Okay. And then he was in town and they were like supposed to go on some hike. And the reason they could go on a hike is because she was going to go behind her house and meet him on this like walk. Okay.
What?
And so then he wakes up planning on meeting her that day. And she's getting married. And
what?
He's like, wait, what the fuck? What do you mean you're getting married? Okay. Because they were talking through like, I don't know, some special phone. So that's why he went through that way and showed up at the house.
What?
And then they were like,
what the fuck?
And then they're like, well, you know, oh my God. And they arrest him. And with this crazy guy trying to end the marriage. And he was just like, this is just weird. What do you mean you're getting married?
Did Britney comment on it?
No, she never commented. She went and got married with like
To
no hair and
Sam.
makeup. And then people say, oh, well, she doesn't ever have good hair and makeup because she can't sit still for it.
What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, that's why it looks like shit, I guess.
Because she can't sit still?
Yeah, because like
I'm
she has
sure-
issues.
I mean, I'm sure there's makeup artists that could wrangle that and take care of that. I'm sure. But I want Sam to just be real and honest.
Yeah.
There's something, I don't know. He pisses me off every time I see him on Instagram.
I feel
Not
like
a fan.
he's gotten less cute too.
Mm-hmm.
I think like when he first came on the scene, everyone's like, oh my God, he's so hot. And
I was happy for Britney.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, what the fuck are you? You're like trying to get a car commercial. Relax.
Listen, I don't think she's ever really going to perform again.
That actually breaks my heart. Did you see her in Vegas? I never got to.
No.
You don't want to.
No, I would have wanted to, but I never did.
I know.
But I mean...
But whatever makes her happy. But it's not Sam.
Spinning around.
It's not Sam. That's
Yeah.
all I know. Okay, Heather, this was... we laughed, we cried.
We didn't cry, but thank God we didn't cry because I have makeup on.
I know. She looked
fun.
very hot.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Heather. Your podcast, where can they find you?
Juicy Scoop is every Tuesday and Thursday. And my Instagram is at Heather McDonald. Same with the TikTok. I do lots of clips and videos on there too. So please follow.
And she gets into a lot of drama.
Please tag me because you've got, what do you have, 2 million followers? What do you got, girl?
I don't.
What do you
I
have,
don't.
1 million?
Close to 1 million.
My Instagram.
What are you at?
At a snail's rate. I'm like at 312 or 311.
Well, we need to.
I know.
We need to show off. You know.
Yeah, that is no.
We do.
All right, just
Actually,
get your people to follow, and because I'm a funny gal.
I will absolutely tag you. Okay,
Awesome.
Heather, thank you so much. I can't wait to get Cosmos and ditch you at dinner again.
Yes, we're doing
Next time you're in New York, and you guys know where to follow me, Sofia with an F, Franklin with a Y, and Sloots. I will talk to you next week. Bye.